TOMz.
Oh yes, and I'm gonna football bugeni. Namhlanje lapha besibheka ku teenagers on a mission. Noma liqhansa ubobo yilishisa livutha bed. Bese sibheka lapha SABC 1 amalanga ngokuphela. Okay, adlala bafethu. Welcome to TOMz right at SABC 1 of Mzansi for sure. It's about to get lit. That's Uktini. Whether or not is what we are talking about namhlanje. What did you think of that performance? Do you think I'd actually make a good weatherman?
No.
No.
Anyway, guys, namkelekele to our show where we bring you nothing but the best in sci-tech edutainment. In sci-tech edutainment. And namhlanje we are just delivering as usual. So we're going weather, guys.
And most of the time, basibuka iweather, noma silalela iweather emsakazweni wethu.
With the forecast coming through, the cold front will be sweeping over South Africa and a precipitation of 30 degrees will descend upon the land.
Do we actually know what all of that actually means?
Nothing. No idea. I wonder where the forecasters ban a language of their own. But up at TOMz namhlanje we are going to learn about that language.
And so it's fun from the professionals. I'm a weatherman, I'm a meteorologist from the South African Weather Service. With that being said, are you ready to get litty?
So ready.
You are just as ready. Let's get it.
So Dibana with the professional meteorologist at the South African Weather Service. So we're gonna get as he shows us exactly how the weather is predicted and what tools our sebenzayo. Sithola what a high pressure system, a low pressure system, and where the satellite is. Take a trip back in time and find out how weather forecasting began. And how will new technology in the future help us to prepare for potential weather disasters? Take a quick quiz and find out how much you've learned about weather forecasting.
Oh yes, and Mzansi Go to TOMz is all about interacting with you guys from us in Tanda Kakulu on social media. And today is no different. We're posing the question, which South African city do you think has the best weather? We've got to get to Ohupelo, hope I can say that correctly. Uti Limpopo. Yeah, I'm yet to go to Limpopo myself one day. We're really going to Usizwe, Uti, and the perfect weather is in Durban. At Dubai, yeah, weather corner. Keep those comments coming in on Facebook and on Twitter. On Facebook, we are www.facebook.com/TOMz. On Twitter, at TOMz_SABC_Udo. Let's go check them out. Oh yes, TOMz is namhlanje ke silana and Nazrick. Now again, ufuni TOMz is a school sako. All you have to do is simply slide in the DMs, noma ushake nge-email on TOMz@sabceducation.co.za. Right now though, give me nomfethu lana mfethu. What's your name?
My name is Pumulo.
Pumulo, wena ngifuna ukwazi ne udume kanje kasi lakho.
Music. I do music.
Nice one. Now today, my boy, we're talking about the weather, right? Mina ngifuna ukwazi ngapha ama terminologies that abawasebenzisayo kuma weather forecast ne. Kuthi kahle kahle imaphi wena owaziyo?
Climate, the precipitation,
When I'm cloud, imvula, so no more.
All right, my boy, Mina, I want to know, which province in South Africa do you think has the best weather?
Limpopo.
Why Limpopo?
Because it's always sunny there.
I think Durban.
Durban.
Why Durban?
Kuhlala great. I mean, like, mafugeni into ekanje isikhona isikhathi sa. Like mafugeni swimming now uyaswima. Right.
Namhlanje ke sincokola ngoweather nayo ne-weather forecasting. But how do these weather forecast people know what tomorrow or next week will bring in terms of the weather? Let's find out, guys. Weather forecasting is a prediction of what the weather will be like in an hour, ngomso okanye iveki elandelayo. It involves a combination of computer models, observations, and a knowledge of trends and patterns. By using these methods, reasonably accurate forecasts can be made up to 7 days in advance. Weather forecasters or meteorologists use a number of symbols that they lay out on a weather map to quickly convey information about the weather at certain points. As the symbols get display information during temperature, air pressure, cloudiness, wind speed, direction, and of course precipitation, rain or snow. Around 300 BC, Aristotle documented one of the earliest scientific approaches to weather prediction, imisebenzi yakhe meteorologica. Umfundi wakhe uTheophrastus wrote the ultimate weather text, the Book of Signs, which contained a collection of weather law and forecast science. The 15th century, Leonardo da Vinci designed an instrument for measuring humidity called the hygrometer. Later on, Galileo Galilei invented the thermometer, and his student Evangelista Torricelli came up with the barometer for measuring air pressure. Sir Isaac Newton then derived the physics and mathematics that accurately describes the atmosphere. TOMz News. Yazi yiphi i-weather condition endothusayo kakhulu? Indudumo. Kodwa ke i-lightning is approximately 54,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 6 times hotter than the surface of ilanga. Cabanga.
Cabanga nje. And futhi ke uma kuduma izulu ke kubaleka kakhulu ukuthi ungalinge ugijime noma ube ngaphansi kwesihlahla. Kubaleka kakhulu ke ukuthi uyifihle mhlawumbe kwi-study building noma ke uye emotweni uphinde futhi uvala amawindi. Ufuthi ke ungalinge ube semanzini noma ke udlale ngezinto eziyi-metal ngoba those are the conductors of electricity. Now talk to us ngalomba on Facebook and on Twitter, and we'll see you after the ad break. This is TOMz News. Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back to TOMz right here at SABC Mzansi for sure. Tell you what, social media is buzzing. Ngale segment esiyenzile the TOMz News. Thank you so much guys for your comments, really appreciate it. Now before the ad break, bafethu besikhuluma ngani, besikhuluma nge-lightning, and ngifuna today one benazi ukuthi kahle kahle thunder is actually caused by lightning. Yes, and the reason why we actually see lightning before thunder, is because light travels faster than sound.
Makes sense. But please guys, when there's a storm out, ningasebenzisi telephones as cords or appliances such as computers, because it might strike an exterior cord, then
next thing we're late. Next thing you can't watch TOMz. Because we're late. On that note, bafethu, so we're back to our professional. So benza kanjani lento abayenzayo at the South African Weather Service. Check this out. Yalala bafethu, yes, namhlanje sise South African Weather Service in Pretoria bafethu ufuna kabanzi ke weather forecasting, so behlanga ke bafethu nesangoma sezulu. That being said bafethu igama ke usiya asambe siyabangena kule machine. So wena sisami, welcome to TOMz. So ngizwa ngendlebeni ethiwa wena uyisangoma sezulu.
You can put it like that, it's fine.
All right, cool. So ngicela nje ukuthi namhlanje sikuphi and wena wenzani?
Okay, today you are at the South African Weather Service. I am a forecaster, I'm a weather forecaster. So basically, in short, what I do is I forecast the weather. So I tell you what the weather is going to be like tomorrow, for the next 7 days, whether it's going to rain, it's going to be sunny, it's going to be hot, cold, that kind of thing.
Exciting stuff. Now, I'm going to predict or to forecast the weather.
Well, we use a lot of computer models, and then we also use observations, because obviously to know what's happening in the future, we need to know what's happening currently. So we use a lot of observations in terms of weather, in terms of temperatures, wind speed, wind direction, humidity, which I'll show you upstairs of all the observations that are done and where we receive it from and where we get it in the office as well.
All right, cool.
Okay, Sia, this is where we do the observations. This is where our technicians come and do observations. So basically, this is what we call an automatic weather station. From this, the temperature, the wind speed, the wind direction are all done, and they go to the junction box, and all the observations are received downstairs in a computer. So downstairs, we have access to all the observations that are done up here. The Met technicians also come here and also do cloud observations to see what is the cloud cover, if we have any rainfall, to see if it's showers, thunder showers, if it's hailing, and so forth.
So then, how does this machine actually work? So do you have different things that tell you, okay, it's going to rain, it's not going to rain, it's going to be sunny? How does it detect all of that?
Okay, that is all done downstairs. Okay, so basically, I'm just going to explain to you what I do when I come in.
Okay.
So when I come in, I look outside and I say, okay, so is it shiny? Is the sun out? Is it raining? What's happening outside? And I also look at the observations that have been done. So there's a network around the country of different observation places that we get the information information from downstairs. So looking at that, we look at the synoptic charts to see, okay, so what is the large scale weather system? And from that, we use computer models to see, okay, so are the computer models comparing well with what the observations have been made? And if they are, we use that specific computer model to see, okay, where is it going to rain and what is the cloud cover and so forth. So basically, we look at what's happening now, and then we look at the large scale weather system. By large scale, I mean over the whole country. Okay, I'll show you downstairs as well, over the whole country, over the whole of South Africa. And looking at that, we're able to see, okay, this kind of, every specific weather system brings about a specific kind of weather. Yeah. So I think you know cold front.
I do.
You know cold front. So in Gauteng, we get a lot of these thunderstorms during, like in our summer season, we get a lot of thunderstorms. So things like that, you're able to know, okay, so with a thunderstorm, this is the kind of short-term weather that you get. With a cold front, this is the kind of short-term weather that you get.
Weather forecasters use certain terms to explain weather. A high pressure system is a mass of cool, dry air that generally brings fair weather, moya or light. These bring sunny skies. A high pressure system is represented as a big blue H. A low pressure system is a mass of warm, moist air that generally brings stormy weather and strong winds. A low pressure system is represented as a big red L. Enye item edumayo is front. A front is the line that forms between the two different masses of air, and very often it creates a storm. A cold front forms when warm and cold air meet from opposite directions and the warm air turns cold. A warm front is exactly the opposite.
So mina siswami ngiyabona lama amazing machinery enawo la ngaphandle wokudictate the weather. Kodwa mina ngifuna ukwazi how precise can it actually get? How accurate are these machines? Because nginobuka ilontunja indaba iweather ebusuku kuthiwa kuzonetha hey kodwa ngakusasa it's sunny. So it's in Indo. What happens?
Okay, so what happens is the accuracy is not always the same. And another thing that a lot of people always tend to make a mistake with is, let's say we forecast that there's going to be a 30% chance.
Yes.
And then maternity voix okay, the sun is shining, there's no rain.
Yes.
Jambori
Yeah.
which is not true, because we work with probability. When we say 30% chance of a Gauteng, if you take let's say an A4 paper, right? And then you divide it into 4 squares. So we say only, let's say 25%. So we're only saying the 1 square of the area is gonna rain. So just because you didn't receive rain, someone else elsewhere received rainfall.
Speaking of which, mina ngifuna ungitshele kabanzi nge-science that is behind this whole thing.
Weather forecasting is just science. People always assume that forecasting is geography, and it isn't geography, because when we predict weather, we're basically predicting the movement of the movement in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And if you think about what actually helps you determine the movement, it's science. Okay, it's science. So all we're actually doing is determining the movement in the atmosphere using science.
Yindoni is satellite your weather. A weather satellite is a type of satellite that is primarily used to monitor the weather now in a climate of the Earth. These satellites can either be polar orbiting, seeing the same area of the Earth every 12 hours, or geostationary, hovering over the same spot on Earth by orbiting over the equator while moving at the speed of the Earth's rotation. As meteorological satellites see more than clouds and cloud systems. They also collect other types of environmental information, njengomlilo, effects of pollution, isanti and dust storms, snow cover, ice mapping, and boundaries of ocean currents. Interesting. I actually might get it now. I'm gauging. Hey, guys, namhlanje ingxoxo yethu is all about weather and as forecasters the weather. And Shem, I'm starting to understand all these phrases they use and what they mean exactly.
Absolutely. Mina ke nani ngizibonela bafethu ngihleli phansi a meteorologist, a professional when it comes to weather. And ke lokho ngixplainela ngitshengisa the tools that they actually use to actually predict the weather. Which is about kusasa, the day after, the week after, and tell you what, it's just so fascinating. On that note, Buffet, to talk to us via Facebook and Twitter. We love hearing from you guys. Tell us what's going on. We take a quick commercial break. We'll see you after these.
TOMz. TOMz.
Welcome back, bafethu. Ntabukule TOMz Roger, SABC Mzansi for sure. Namhlanje bafethu, we are talking about the weather. Now, in the olden days, abantu ke into abayenzile ne was to observe the environment just to predict the weather. What makes sasa the day after, and often they were right.
Nyansile, for example, if the sky was red at sundown, if the sky was red at sunrise, then it's gonna be fair weather.
Oh, okay.
If there was a ring around Inyanga, kuzonetha. And if the moon was clear during autumn, cold weather, it's coming.
Yeah, no? And if there's high clouds, then it's going to be good weather. If there's low clouds, then bird. As well in back game, but to our professional and hear what she has to say.
Tell me, disasters, how do you guys predict that?
Okay, so when we look at the computer model, or basically when we look at our observations, we look at the system that's coming, and then we look at what the computer models are saying, or what are they predicting, and how they are forecasting the system as the days are coming. And with every system, especially now, since this is our summer season, December, January, February, we know that we are more likely to receive a lot of rain. Okay, so we are fully aware of that. So we also prepare that if we are expecting, let's say, 20 mils of rain, it may actually be slightly more because there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. So we know that this is where we get a lot of rain. So depending, we look at the season, and we also look at what is the large scale system, and then we also look at what are the computer models. But we don't look at one model, we look at a few models to see, okay, so are they in agreement? If they are in agreement, then we already start sending out warning and say, guys, please be careful, we're expecting flooding in the next couple of days.
So sisami ngibonge kakhulu ne mina ngifuna ukwazi okugcina ukuthi umuntu ohlela lapha endlini ofuna ungena nomkhakha obona namhlanje bengenze njani.
Okay, in high school, maths and science are important.
Yes.
Okay, without there are maths and science, geography and Tusanyana Mara, it's not a core requirement.
Okay.
And then the only university that offers meteorology, BSc meteorology straight, is the University of Pretoria. So you need to study at the University of Pretoria, and then Adwanita honors.
Yeah.
And then after that, you actually do a 9-month intense forecasting diploma here. And then after that, that's only then that you can become a forecaster.
Oh yes, it's Philip where we put your knowledge to the test bafethu with our TOMz quiz challenge bafethu. Namhlanje ke we just turned things around baba. Yazi siye namhlanje siye to the Rand show and Nezrek. Yazi ukuthi bekumnandi bezikeeper bezanza. Kodwa ke asiphothi kahle kahle also wenzakalani when it comes to the TOMz speed round master. Let's play.
Yes, Mangane! It's a touchdown and Nezrek namhlanje. Instead of visiting a school, we actually visited the Rand show. And CADDY pronounced caddy, team ezimbini. If you guys want us to visit your school, you can do so by visiting a website yetu. All the detail in there, guys. And just for some sightseeing as well as educating the nation, Ukedi decided to hand out Inwadi to young fellows that he saw around all over the expo. Spreading the knowledge, spreading the power. I care, man.
Cool stuff. A weather satellite is used to monitor the weather and climate of the Earth. True or false? Press the buzzer if you know the answer. All right, Team B, what is your answer?
True.
And the correct answer is A. That's 10 points for Team B. Halala shine to Team B Buffet. You guys have made it through to the knockout challenge. Unfortunately, Sandala individually, and Sasa your only team. You guys ready to play?
Sure.
Who invented the thermometer? A. Sir Isaac Newton. B. Galileo Galilei. Press the buzzer if you know the answer. All right, what's your answer, my boy?
A.
Is it A? Is it B? The correct answer is B. Unfortunately, my boy, you have been knocked out. All right, congrats, my boy. You've made it to the TOMz speed round master. You have 2 minutes to play, and in 2 minutes, yako ikala right about. Let's go. Final Kumbuli, you're rushing against time, ne? Asam Mfana, 40 seconds gone on the clock, man. Jay, remember to move the blue one as well. So Lifuna Gwenye Indo, yes. So, we're getting somewhere. 1:22 seconds gone on the clock. All right, so I'm going to start counting you down. 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, that was a close one. You finished it in 1:54 seconds. And you know what that means?
I won.
Yeah, you won, and you stand a chance to become an official guest presenter on the show on TOMz on SABC One Mzansi. For sure, how awesome is that?
Very awesome.
All right, guys, sesifunde kabanzi about weather as well as weather forecasters and how the people back in the DZ used to predict weather. Ngoko, it's high time that we take a look at the future and what your technology is going to do. Get weather forecasting. Take a look. Stronger or more frequent weather extremes will likely occur under climate change, njenge intense downpours and stronger hurricane winds. Improved weather prediction will be vital to giving communities more time to prepare for dangerous storms, to minimize damage to infrastructure. It's technology that increases the warning time for tornadoes and hurricanes could potentially save hundreds of lives every year. New radar technology will allow forecasters to better see extreme weather, as will potential improvements to satellite technology. Abadabum Pagati will have a better understanding of how to respond to weather warnings that more powerful supercomputers will provide.
I'm sorry to say this, but singing is not for you. Stick to presenting.
Hey. Okay, guys, iphela kanjalo ke inqubo yethu, his jealousy and my beautiful vocals. Hope you guys had a brilliant time with us, because I know we enjoyed your company, learning about weather, weather forecasters and Mumbani, all of that jazz. And you know that we are also available on our social media pages.
Absolutely, on Facebook we are TOMz, on Twitter at TOMz_SABC_1. Alternatively, we must shout up on our website here too, www.sabceducation.co.za/TOMz. Otherwise, you can catch me on Twitter at IMC_G.
_P on Instagram.
And that's how we wrap things up. Okay, so thank you so much for watching once again. Goodbye, and have a fantastic afternoon.
All right, guys, here's what you can expect on the next episode of TOMz. So Divana with the professional special effects makeup artist right here in Mzansi. Sitsola how she found out the secrets behind the magic in movies. Sifunde Gabanzi about the chemistry involved in production of special effects. In the days of only black and white film, Sanzanchani is special effects makeup. Yes, catch us same place, same time on your favorite channel, SABC One, where life and TV are one.